Hey everyone, and welcome to a new Rope for Q video. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've uploaded, probably almost a couple of weeks now, I guess. But yeah, it's been a busy time for me, which has meant I haven't had a huge amount of time. Sorry, my parrot is behind the camera, so she's screaming a little bit. I mean, she's not behind the camera as in like operating it or anything, but she's behind the camera in a cage. Yeah, I've had a busy time both at work and on a weekend, which means I haven't really had a huge amount of time for, well, one, snooker, and two, editing snooker. But it's not only that. When I have had a chance to go to snooker club, to be honest with you, I haven't been playing very well, which has sapped even more enthusiasm from me in terms of actually going to the snooker club to practice. And also when I get home, having nothing really to edit or put up that that I'm excited to put up to show you guys, because I'm really not playing very well at the moment. Anyway, this video is a weekly league vlog, and it's week 10 now. In this video, I play Rob, who is equal in terms of handicap, at the top of the handicap rankings anyway. As I say every time, handicaps are based on essentially skill level, and the higher the number, generally the better player you are. So Rob is joint highest on 42. I'm only 14, which means that I get a 28 head start in each of these two frames. And Rob is, as I say, equal on handicap to Calvin, whose match has already been on the channel, and I played particularly badly in that match. So hopefully I could do a little bit better against Rob. Rob is a different sort of player to Calvin. He's much more of an all-round player in terms of, he can pop balls as well as anybody, but he's also very good at safety. So anyway, let's take a look at the first frame, and I'm going to hand over to myself, who will commentate through it. Here we go then. Frame one, who's breaking? I think we're currently tossing the coin. Handshake, I'm off the screen somewhere. There I am. So Rob to break. Might just be able to make out friends of the channel, Wayne and Nige, in the background there. So, as I said in the intro, I get a 28-point head start in both of these frames. So, really, it's about, there's two ways to handle it. Should I try and protect my lead by putting colours safe, or should I go out and try and get a decent score and make it really put the pressure really on Rob to come back into it? Good opening red from me and a good brown. Left myself this rest shot on the red though, which I managed to get in nicely, but could have done with a little bit more left-hand side on it just to bring the cue ball away from the balk line. Anyway, it gives me an opportunity to play a safety shot, which is basically snooker, which essentially gives me another chance. Just about get that. Well, I don't just about get the red in, but I think I just about get on the black, but I'm not sure I could actually get to the potting angle there. But anyway, it was tight, and I think I maybe didn't want to risk fouling, so that's why that. So a good rest red from Rob, and no colour on, but he puts me in a really nasty little snooker. But as JV would say, there's always a gap, and I found it, but unfortunately it left a shot on for Rob. But this is incredibly unlucky on Rob's part. It's a good pot and plays a good pace trying to get through the reds, but manages to put one in them. Put the colour in the middle pocket. Sorry, the cue ball in the middle pocket. So I get the next chance, and nice opening on the red. Get the green in with this red over the pocket. Now, can I get back to balk for a shot? Well, kind of, but really wanted to run a bit further for the green. But blue gives me a chance to play another safety stroke snooker, and gives me a healthy 43-point lead. So from a 28-point head start, I managed to stretch that to 43. I think Rob can just maybe get to the edge of this red, though. Maybe having to put a little bit of swerve on it. And in doing so, catches the brown. So my lead goes to 47, and I invite Rob to play from there, basically, because I don't fancy this shot. But that could have been a mistake, because this is a good safety from Rob. Nice, helpful kiss off the yellow, but yeah. That exchange of safety results in a chance for Rob, though. Plays a good red as a shot to nothing, which consequently means he's not got an easy shot on the colour, so I think he tries to play the double here with the safety in mind, but yeah, not quite on the double, but good cue ball. So another chance for Rob after a bit of a safety exchange. Couple of reds safe now, which gives me a little bit of hope. Well, not hope, but gives me a little bit of confidence. But this is some good shooting from Rob. Nicely on this blue. Some pretty nice pots from Rob. He's a very good potter of the ball. Bit of a stretch in this one, but no problem. No, maybe not quite the action on the cue ball he wanted, which meant he was left with that tricky blue. But again, he plays it as a bit of a shot to nothing, so leaves the cue ball essentially on the cushion. But and that basically means that after a bit of a safety exchange, I managed to put one over the pocket, gives him another chance. Not quite on the pink though. He's left me this one, little tricky one. Just about managed to avoid the in off. Pink to the middle. Not much risk in it though, because there's not a red on, really, not an easy red on anyway. But didn't get anywhere near it really. And actually, what happened there was I actually fouled, so it was a push shot. I declared it on myself. And fouled, and then I did this one. I know I say it every match, but I need to cut these out of my game. I need to stop this. But I have a habit of hitting things too thick, so sometimes I think to myself, I need to hit it thinner, and end up missing it. So showing this shot because this is a great shot to nothing. Obviously played the pot, but played it with safety, and ends up snookering me on all the reds. So I just have to play a snooker, and I've missed a lot of snooker attempts recently in this match and in other matches. Snooker escape attempts, I mean. I think I need to come up with some kind of practice routine for snooker escapes. So, I don't know. I'll see what I can think of or talk to my coach about it next time I see him, see if there's any routines we can do. So, good pot from Rob. Again, no real colour on, so just plays the snooker. And yet again, I mean, I'm trying to play off two cushions here, but not only do I play it far too softly, I don't quite get the line. I maybe would have got, if I played a bit harder, I maybe would have got it off three cushions, but still. But I'm pretty happy with that pot. That's probably my best pot of the frame. Playing the yellow, hoping to hold for the yellow on its same spot. But for when it's respotted rather, but I hit it a bit too hard. So yellow doesn't go in, and I'd roll past the position anyway. But at least I didn't leave it. This is another great snooker from Rob. He doesn't need snookers at the point, but he's playing safe and plays a pretty good snooker. And again, I get nowhere near it. See what I mean? I'm just getting nowhere near these snooker escapes. And giving far too many points away for snookers. Whereas Rob, I get Rob in the snooker and he plays it really well. And the resulting escape puts me in a snooker. He does hold his hand up though, because that certainly wasn't intentional. But at least this one I managed to get out of. But generous tap on the table from Rob, but do kind of leave it. But he doesn't manage to pot it, but he does get the next sort of chance. And whilst it does take a while to make up his mind whether it's going to get potted or not, it does go in, but not quite on the green. So I have still got a lead, 8 points, not a huge amount, still plenty of points left on the table, sort of 25 points left on the table. Well, make that 22 after I potted that green. Key world doesn't go in the pocket, thankfully. So this brown, maybe, just the safety shot, but I hit it too hard. Don't really know what shot I was playing there. That's one I would like to have back, but at least I don't leave it too, I don't leave it over the pocket. I do manage to snooker Rob there, but he does get out of it. And yeah, that's a very fortunate snooker from Rob, which I get close to, but don't quite get. So yeah, so my lead is diminishing, and with basically give him a free ball. I don't give him a free ball, but he ends up with a free ball, and well, that was a pretty weird shot from him. He does pot the blue as the brown, but then snookers himself on the real brown, so ends up having to play an escape, which he gets, but then gets pretty fortunate about hampering me on the brown. So it's just a safety shot from me up and down the table, which again, nice tap on the table from Rob. It was a pretty tricky one, that one. Ooh, just about manages to avoid the in-off. I'm showing the rest of the shots. I'm showing all the shots to the rest of at the end of the frame, just so you see everything now. Top hat double from Rob. Good safety shot. Is he going to snooker me again? Not quite this time. Tap on the table from me though. That's terrible. Just need to be better at that. I don't know what to tell you. That was awful. Gives Rob a chance on this brown, and look where these balls are potted. And this is another example where I need to look at the context of the frame before I make a decision on a shot. But that was a great blue from Rob. Doesn't get the pink though. Puts the black a little bit safer than it was, which is tricky for me because I need both balls now. He only needs one. Again, don't play a good safety here. Just don't seem to be learning the angles for those sort of safeties. Need to, again, practice that stuff more. But Rob does take that on, doesn't quite get it. Leaves the cue all relatively safe, but the pink in open play, so this is a chance. Can I get close to it? No, is the answer. And again, I also leave the pink in the middle of the table, with Rob a chance to end this frame. Just a reminder, he only needs the pink. And in it goes. So yeah, that's the end of the first frame, and unfortunately that result didn't go my way. Really disappointed after having been so far ahead in that frame. I don't know what to tell you. I struggled in the second half of the frame. I kind of lost my way a little bit in terms of my potting, but also Rob kind of did just sort of come alive a little bit more and was much more into the frame. I mean, he did get a little bit of luck, if I'm honest, but probably shouldn't really have affected the result. I should have been able to put that frame to bed long before he managed to snooker me in the way he did and get those extra points that he needed. So into frame 2 then, and can I at least scrape a draw out of this result? So frame 2 then, and my break this time. Now, can I put the demons of losing that frame 1 behind me after having such a good lead? Well, if the break's anything to go by, maybe, because that's probably my best break that wasn't a fluke, if you see what I mean. I've done a couple of breaks in this channel where I've got behind the green, but not meaning to, whereas that was a good break. But what it's done is made Rob play one of the best safeties I've seen, and puts me in a bit of trouble. And yeah, I was tight to get past the green, but I still feel I should have got past it. Very annoyed with myself after that, because not only did it give away 4 points, it basically sticks one up for Rob, which he dutifully manages to stun in, but doesn't quite get on the pink. Perhaps snatches at that one a little bit, but what he has done is put me right in the middle of the bunch. But thankfully there was a touching ball, which meant I could at least play away, otherwise that would have been a very difficult shot. Again, tap on the table from Rob. I'm in a tricky spot here. I've put this shot in because this is, again, a pretty unlucky shot for me. Pretty well weighted safety shot, but just didn't quite get the angle right and went in off. But I do get a chance here. Wanted to be closer to the cushion for the pink. Didn't fancy getting all the paraphernalia out. Managed to play the yellow. I was playing as a bit of a shot to nothing and not expecting it to go in, and it did. And then I play a very bad safety shot on that red. And then after a fairly lengthy safety exchange, we end up with this strange situation where most of the reds, plus the pink, are gathered around this bottom right-hand corner pocket, which makes for a very frustrating frame, actually. That wasn't a good shot from me. Leave Rob a chance with this red to get in behind the green, or to pot past the green, which he does manage nicely. And out nicely for the blue to the middle. Can just get down the cushion to this red in the corner. Gets that nicely. It's a great pot, actually. Stuns. Holds for the black in the middle. Doesn't quite get that in though. So sometime later, I try and play a thin one off that red and end up missing it. So that's the one in this frame. See what I mean? Another good pot from Rob. Lead is getting eaten into quite quickly here. Green over the pocket, well, not over the pocket, but close to the pocket, which he gets in. Bit of an unfortunate kiss off the blue, to be fair to him. So just the safety shot is on. Almost forces a plant there, but doesn't quite, but plays a pretty good safety shot. I try and play a plant-ish, hoping that something will go in, but not only does nothing go in, it brings a red up the table, and sticks it up for Rob. Another good pot. I'm not sure if he was playing to come all the way out for blue, but if he did, that was a very good shot. Again, lovely screw shot out for the blue. Not able to quite get top side of the blue, but plenty of space to go off the baulk cushion. Does he come low enough to get to this red? So, oh, he can get that one then. Oh, that's pretty unlucky, to be fair. But points that I desperately needed. Get a bit of good fortune there, just clipping one in off the other red. And nicely back for the blue. But I've got to be putting stuff like that. It's just not good enough, I'm afraid. Anyway, a bit more tippy-tappy later, and I get this chance of a plant, which I do manage to get in and try hitting it hard enough that it disturbs some other of the reds, and then play a safety, hoping that I get a chance, hoping that I've covered this red close to the pocket with the green. But then Rob plays that shot, which is pretty fortunate if I'm going to say so. But I really need to... I don't know what I was thinking there. I was trying to hit it thin and go up the table, but I was playing it with side to try and get out and back around the green, but messed it up. Left Rob that shot, which he does what I just did and clips it in off the other red. Bit of an awkward one here though. Hasn't to come off the cushion. Plays it pretty nicely though, doesn't leave me anything. Good shot to nothing here. Just sneaks past the green. Gives him a chance of this black along with cushion. Which he drops. Now, where's this red going to go? Is it going to give me a chance? No. So some much needed points from me. An inverted plant on the pink from Rob. I do get this chance of this red on the over the pocket now. Just need to find a position on a colour, any colour. And I don't. So this long black, but I should, if I can hold for it, hold on the black, I should be on the red, but I don't get it right. And not only do I not get it right, I stick it up for Rob. Good shot there though. He's pretty good at those stop shots. And blue as well. So he's stretching his lead a bit now. Overhits that safety a little bit, but gets pretty fortunate with that kiss on the yellow. Double kiss. Sort of half snookered there, so try to play it with a bit of side and end up sticking it up. That's, can't really complain about that too much. So 15 behind, still plenty on though. But play a very bad safety shot, giving Rob an easy red yellow. It's a little bit hard though, it comes away from the cushion. So just a safety shot. And yep, you guessed it, he snookered me. But I think I did manage to get out of that anyway. I didn't show it anyway. But he does make a safety mistake here and gives me this chance on the green, which I dutifully pot, and just needs some position on the brown. I'm on the brown, but with the rest. And you know it's like with the rest from me, got absolutely nowhere near that. Just could do with the brown not landing over the middle pocket. And I think it's rolled past enough to put Rob off point it, and it does. So attempting a safety shot there, but just don't get it right. I was stretched, couldn't be bothered to get everything out. Well, not everything, but the rest out really was pretty lazy. So here, I've got a chance. Brown to middle, blue is on, pink is on, black is on. Can I get this brown in and clear the table for the win? No, and not only can I not do it, I end up going straight in off. And yeah, ball in hand in the D means an easy starter for Rob. Straight onto the blue. I think I had to go for that shot though. I mean, I know I said like I need to read the context of the game, but I think I had to go for that shot because the other balls were in the open, and I do fancy myself clearing when I've got a chance on the last few colours, but not this time. Anyway, it's not over yet. I do need a snooker though, but not with pots like that. There's a great pot. Can you get the pink as well? Not quite. So just a handshake then.
Sorry? I'll give you the first frame, not about that last frame. Your safety was really good. I struggled with them. All my balls, I just wasn't getting the cue ball back.
Yeah, another disappointing result in that frame also. Didn't really turn up in that frame, if I'm honest. I was getting a bit frustrated. I was disappointed in myself probably from the previous frame and struggled to get that sort of out of my head, I guess, which I need to learn how to do regardless of how it went, because it also sometimes works the other way. If I win a first frame, sometimes I relax a little too much, which I need to keep the pressure on. I was also perhaps wrongly getting a little frustrated at Rob at my perception of the run of the balls he was having. It's always the same. You remember your opponent's good luck, but you don't remember your own. And having edited that footage, I now see that actually I had a little bit of luck myself. So I can't complain too much. Anyway, it was a result that had I played earlier in the season, I would have been fine. It's a loss, whatever. But coming down to the business end of the season, could have done with at least a frame from that result, I think, to keep my hopes of like sort of a top 5 finish alive. I don't think that's going to happen now, but I'm hoping I can at least stay on page 1 of the table before the end of the season. Anyway, that's all for this video. Got another one of these filmed already, so I'll get on with editing that and hopefully get it to you in the next week or so. In the meantime, keep watching the channel and also keep watching the snooker in general. I know the World Championship's on at the moment. I'm really enjoying it, so I'll be off to watch that.